Why hello there, fellow Inquisitors. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Inquest of the Dead. Episode 25. When the Crashed Land Poorly. As you can see above my head, the current priority right now is to make armor because we are burning through our armor supply. We did just strip armor off of some of the ancient soldiers, which allows us to stretch our supplies a little bit farther. But obviously we're going to need to start manufacturing our own, which means ground pen scanning, possibly long-range mineral scanning, smelting things down. We're basically desperate for armor because it's becoming a bit of a problem. And then the other priority is to convert the prisoners, all 4 of them, potentially 5 if we can tame Kale here. Kale, I'm not going to capture. We're just going to let it run its course, whether they join or not, but they're a wild person out there. And then we have 2 shuttle quests. One shuttle quest is a failing ship. And this failing ship, we're going to take the topographical map of ancient soldiers reward. And they need us to rescue Johnson and 2 other civilians from the Legion cult. And what I was going to do is wait until it's about to time out to take it so that we can get a little bit more R&R, a little bit more sleep. And the other one is the Shuttle-borne assault. I don't believe we have voted for the rewards here, if I'm not mistaken, but it's guarded by 6 pirates. We need to provide 6 soldiers to carry out the attack, which is like completely overkill, given the power of our soldiers. But the first poll that I would want to do is this one. Oh, shoot. Somehow this poll got screwed up. Hold on one second. Do we use glural meds to cure Ibrahim? Move the poll over. There we go. So there you go. 5 minutes for that poll. And this is Ibrahim. Ibrahim is a psychopath, psychically sensitive, potentially brawler, who landed and is currently paralyzed for 31 days with paralytic abasia. For those that don't know, paralytic abasia can be cured. So you can do an anti-abasia mechanite infusion using 10 glural meds to cure paralytic abasia, which would allow them to be on his feet sooner. For reference, he is of our faith, so he does not need to be converted. So this is just like, do we get him on his feet sooner or not? Yeah, all right. And while you vote on that, let's go ahead and... Kadath has an Inspire Creativity, and I believe he was working on a billiards table, yeah. Setting up the billiards table for us to have some fun, which is, I think, reasonable. Now, another big thing that we're working towards is when Sakura hits level 10, she can start tutoring others. And she'll be able to tutor Rascal to also be a guardian, much like the way she is, right? She's a protector, rather. So that's the hope that that happens soon. And it looks like you guys want me to cure Ibrahim. So either way, whether we cure him or not, let's go ahead and trigger a raffle timer for Ibrahim. Give me one moment. Raffle timer's up. And this is for the newest joiner. Now, I do suspect we're going to get a lot of other joiners. Polologos has a resistance of 15, but has already converted. And then these others are converting at the moment from their Fidelism. Jet has also converted and will be recruited as well with a resistance of 16. And Melianos and Asilion are yet to be converted. But there's, of course, conversion rituals once it's off cooldown in 19 days. Plus, there's the periodic convert attempt that we can do as well. Okay, we have 5 hours until the shuttle crashes, and they need our help. I have not forgotten. Just waiting a minute to trigger it. Raffle timer to see who's the unlucky meat shield. You know, given enough armor, they could be good level. I mean, the intention is to have good tutor other brawlers. Big picture here. I figure I'll get into the big picture because why not? Big picture here is if we ever want to go to these ancient silos to actually do the Inquest, we're going to need other brawlers to be able to hold down the fort at home. because it's not reasonable to try to hold back all the Shamblers with just one brawler. So Good is hoping to train up a few other brawlers so that they can either be deployed to the other sites, or she can be deployed to the other sites, and they can be left here to guard home. And that means whoever ends up as Ibrahim will almost certainly end up under Good's tutelage to become a warlord. So it might be a mixed blessing / curse. I don't know. You decide. Celzo, are you like gonna freeze to death in there? I guess you're fine. Okay. Any chance of another Bobo shuttle? I could raffle off the shuttle too. I hadn't thought of it. But there's nothing stopping me from doing that, hypothetically. Alright, Nabla, bring your Hellcat over here. Where are you going? Oh, you're picking up steel, that's fine. Just trying to reduce the amount of corpses that are in our box, because it's gross. Alright, looks to me, so we have the quest expiring in 2 hours. When it's down to 1 hour, I'll accept. It looks like we are going to cure Ibrahim, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the falling shuttle first. Because I don't need to have my attention split 2 ways. This is going to be a hard enough fight that it needs my sole focus. So we did manage to get a bit of sleep, as you can see, and that's going to allow us to muster out to the threat without people being too upset. So the big risk here is I don't know where they're going to land, and not everywhere is safe. So if they land in the middle of like a shamble swarm, that's just how it is. Oh god, okay. That's exactly what it... Why did I say that? Ugh, stupid mouth opening. Alright, we're coming. Guys, no, this is not a fight you can win. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. You're stupid, stop it. Alright, so yeah, we are obviously going to respond to the shamble threat. We have to keep Johnson, Johnny, and Jerry. What is this, the Three Stooges? We have to keep the 3 of them alive to succeed in this quest, and of course the reward for this quest is a map of ancient soldiers, which might lead to a masterwork or legendary weapon, which is why we had chosen it. Alright, so I got all my boosts over here. I don't think Candace is going to do so hot. I'm trying to keep Candace alive. And then also, I'm going to try to make sure that Candace doesn't take, like, accidental friendly fire. And RCV, you are now the potentially new brawler. Amal. Right. And then the shuttle's name is Manic Dark, which is a good name for a shuttle, I think. Because, you know, we are in a dark planet. Alright, looks like Jerry is about to get attacked. It is easier said than done to try to keep these bozos alive. Good is doing her best, but it is nothing short of a struggle. And then she's also taking a sizable amount of damage, which is a problem. Ah, crap. We just picked up more aggro. Jerry, Cook, and Johnson is alive. Cook decided to snort coke, I guess. Because, yeah, that's what you do when they're shamblers, I guess. Candace is alive but needs rescue, and then these guys probably need some patching. Barry doesn't look so hot. I'll try to help Barry next, but Barry is not one that needs to survive. Although I wouldn't mind rescuing them before they're injured, because I will make rep with the faction if we can manage to keep them alive and then rescue them. Okay. Kill skip. Oh my god, good. You're having to deal with too much crap. Candace is, in all of her brilliance, crawling towards the enemies, like you do when you're mortally wounded. And I still, of course, and this is obvious to most of you, have the cult to deal with after this fight. So this isn't the only fight, this is just the first fight. Because they decided to land. Oh god, good, your shield's gone. Leap. Leap, 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 leap. Why am I blanking? Power leap. Because I don't need you getting shot. Sakura, do you have enough to... Word of healing? Yes, you do. And I'm going to start tending her. And then, Sloan, you'll tend Rascal. We're not done, but we're close to done. And then, of course, there's like all the corpses that need cleaning up. And then Candace, who needs stabilization. They've got 4 hours. The caveat with that, I will say, is they're addicted to go juice, which means I really don't want them... I don't want to have to take care of them long term. And then Jerry and Johnny and Johnson... There's a real risk of dying to long rot. Well, not dying to long rot, because it's not going to kill you. But there's a non-zero risk of lung rot afflicting them. So even though we had killed these shamblers, we're going to need to haul the shamblers away to a dumping zone nearby, because these shamblers are going to harm with just their corpses the survivors. So everyone is going to be locked to zone 2, except for RCV, who's going to be inside, but RCV just got kicked out of the hospital bed, because it's funny how, like, you can change zones and that will do that. Alright, so we're preparing for the cultists. The other thing I would like to do... Wizard, if you're idle... Start the burn. Some of these corpses are incapacitated, not actually killed. Don't worry, I've noticed. But I'm going to try to drag the bodies away from the shuttle so that the shuttle isn't like a... Okay, that's annoying. Who was it? Sloan. Sloan saw a shambler and decided, oh, shambler, and shot Sun Tzu through the heart. And what was painful about that is Sloan was actually in the process of medical tending, and he had just finished. So there was, like, no need to do that, but okay. Nice shot, Sloan. Great shot. That was fantastic. Alright, you... get to bury your mistake. Alright, Candace, you have not been stabilized. So where are you burying him? No, the hell no. No, no. Storage, none. None. I should have checked that there was sarcophagi over there. Okay. If that's the case, you were going to haul him, then, to the freezer. So, let's set up these zones. So this zone here is going to be for not colonist corpses, and this one will be for colonist corpses. Okay, So Sloan is bringing him over to the freezer so we can build a sarcophagus and bury him proper. I'm still trying to haul the corpses away from those that we are charged with guarding. Easier said than done, because there's kind of a lot of them. We had to fight like 50 here. There's still 3 more enemies down there, but not any that I'm like immediately worried about. And then we're trying to patch up good. She's almost done being patched. Cool. So Sun Tzu was one of the smarties. He was gourmand. He wasn't like the best soldier, but we really couldn't afford to lose more soldiers, so that's annoying. And I'm trying to do corpse cleanup now so that these guys don't come back while we're fighting the cultists, because I don't need 2 problems. 1 is enough. Okay, so these guys are all set. Sakura, good. You can haul bodies. You have like speed boost. Taking a look at Jerry, Johnny, and Johnson. They're all patched up. They're wearing gas masks, so they shouldn't be too susceptible to lung rot. I think they'll be fine. I do want to move these corpses away though, because I don't need these shamblers coming back to life on top of the enemies. And then we have their bio-coded Hellcat rifle and Go Juice. Because, yeah, this one's already coming back. God, this is a mess. It always is. Yeah, we don't have Resmec, and there's probably not a very high likelihood we are able to find any. Which is why burying them is kind of the responsible thing to do. I don't intend to... Oh, shoot. I don't intend to gamble on trying to find Resmec. Alright, so here we go. These guys have no Doom level weapons, which is good. Speaking of good... Frenzy, Adrenaline Rush, Blade Focus, Speed Boosts, and... No, you don't. These raiders forgot to wear armor. This one I think is a vampire. Yep, definitely a sanguiphage. Alright, they're fleeing. You are not a sanguiphage, so I don't really care if you run. You are a sanguiphage, so I don't want you to run. Basically, sanguiphages must die, but like the baseliners can flee. But sanguiphages are given no such mercy. So let's go ahead and torch these corpses. And we have 3 sanguiphages on the ground, which is good for morale, I guess. So the actual cultists coming were like easy to deal with. The hard part was dealing with the zombies, the shamblers these guys landed on, which does not surprise me in any way. Sun Tzu was in a relationship? Yeah, no. That's Sakura and Nabila, I think. Wait, you just... Oh, you're waiting for mech tending. Whatever, you can rest. Our rascal, you somehow got shot by one of the people we were rescuing because you were in the way. Oh! Wait, what the heck was that? Did she just... I just thought I heard a single phase leap. But I don't see one? I don't know what that was. I have no idea. The ones near the shuttle will be reviving soon? Yes. I am working on dealing with that. So, Wizard, you can go burn them. And then we're taking out the single pages. I guess I could check their gear. I don't think they had any gear that's worth caring about. No. Alright, and then I think what I'm going to do is good. You are going to be the Caravaneer to be able to hoover up the stuff. Actually, you don't have a lot of carry weight available. So maybe I'll make a... Kadath has even less. Nabla? That's the most carry weight? Oh, but they're not even here. Oh, no, they're here. They're here. We were tending Candace. Okay, keep tending Candace, and then I'll have you hoover up the stuff we want to keep. Kilgore, thank you for the gifted subs. Nope, this one is reviving. Rascal Sakura, let's go kill it before it becomes a problem for the people who are trying to rescue. Scorp, don't set fires underneath your own. Alright, looks like all the corpses are torched. Then, of course, there is the goods that are in the shuttle itself that we're going to want to bring back as well. So what I might end up doing is I might end up adding a few of them to Caravan, because there's going to be a lot to carry, hypothetically. So, like, good can... Actually, I think we made the decision not to eat their food from, like, a role-playing standpoint, so I'm going to stick to that. But we can potentially take the sniper rifle and the Hellcat rifle. And then take this stuff that got dropped. Cheers! And Dust, thank you for the resub. And Kilgore too. Alright, who's assigned to construction here? Nabla, but Nabla's busy. Okay. And we're just like low-key torturing this single phage. Which works for me. Oh, it's dead. Oh, I was standing on a zombie corpse. I didn't even know. Okay. Everything that I wanted to grab down here has been grabbed. Scorp, you are dismissed. So, in terms of zoning, I'm going to have everyone go back to the close zone. And then Good will load this stuff into Caravan and return back to base. Because I don't really think they need escorting anymore. There's a few more things to... There's a little bit more to do down here, but we're almost done. I don't care about the bioferrite rifle, this biocoded rifle, I mean, because it's biocoded. Alright, Cardis. I will rescue for the rep. And that nonsense is mostly cleaned up. Oh, are you... Why can't nobody set you on fire? This is weird. What is going on with this corpse? Is it like fireproof? The hell? I've tried to set this thing on fire like multiple times. What? Flammability 70%. No, quit putting it out. What the heck? Here, I'll do this. Firefight 0. Is this a home zone of something? No, it's not a home zone. I have no idea why they would be fighting a fire. Okay. Whatever. Alright, cancel caravan farming. Here, you can just eat that meal. Here's the rescue shuttle. You have been rescued. And Scorp is playing with corpses. Got it. Alright, the failing ship was completed. We did have some friendly fire that resulted in a death, but apart from that, it went smooth. Although that was a big, apart from that caveat. So we definitely want to haul the map into our stockpile. Was that corpse in a puddle? Oh, that's a good question. I have no idea. I don't think so. Oh, it was. It's in a puddle. That explains it. Alright, so Sun Tzu has yet to be buried. Scorp is playing with the dead. That's fun. You guys want me to do a Paralicabacia treatment for RCV? So one thing I haven't done with RCV yet is drug allowance, scheduling, etc., etc. We'll do that. So I will allow you to cook, acknowledging that you are not very good at it. Same with mining, same with construction. You have a lot of good passions. You are now our chief artist. I'm not going to bother high priority hauling. And Sakura, you will do the tending to people and then the Paralicabacia treatment. Alright, so we still need to convert prisoners, do the other shuttle attack potentially, I'll pull about that, and make a long-range mineral scanner, because we want that as well. That's yet another thing on our list of, ever-growing list of things to do. But let's clear some of this up. So Scorp is bringing Ellie, who was the Ancient Danger soldier here that did not survive, to our dinner table, you know, like you do. So Sakura, you're gonna go bury Eli or Ellie. Now, one of the reasons to get rid of the corpses that are in these corpse boxes is if the corpse box walls get breached, we end up in a situation where they'll all resurrect and they're all on our walls. So it does pose a potential threat if we leave it as it is. But I think we have a moment of... I'm not going to finish that sentence. I know better. I take it back. Okay. Wizard. Crisis of Belief. Oh, nice. He's going to be easier to convert as a result. We're probably starving them, I'd imagine, because if I'm not mistaken, we probably didn't bring them food before the shuttle defense. And they're starving and sad. Is that true? Yes, it is. All right, Sakura, you are going to need to deliver food, deliver food. In fact, let's do... God, there's almost no food here. I'm going to do it this way. micromanaging it. So, Sakura, you are going to load up all of these into caravan and then just like dump them in there. Okay, so this corpse box is cleared. He still had long rot. This is new long rot. And Wizard's working on this one. Okay, that's 5 meals. Okay. Need to fix this. So the non-tainted should not include vac suits. Rascal was trying to put on a vac suit, but vac suits have a massive move speed penalty, which is a terrible idea to have when you're surrounded by shamblers. So, yeah, don't do that. I think Wizard, did you... Okay, you getting rot stunk. So, here's a follow-up question. Should we keep Sun Tzu on ice or not? Basically, I'm going to bury him in a sarcophagus. I could bury him out here where the other dead is, or I could bury him in here. Bury him in a place that gets frozen temp. Could potentially allow us to revive him in a later date if we ever get a Resmec serum. But ultimately, I'll leave it up to you. And whatever came of the zombie... Oh, they're still dead. I like how they're a dead priest. That's called a necromancer. Alright, cooks. Kadath, I need your help. We fell behind on a cook... Because we have a lot more people to cook for now that we have so many prisoners and people that just recently joined. That, yep, fell behind. And here we go. Here's RCV's removal of paralysis. Boom. They're just anesthetized now. So they'll be able to contribute dutifully soon. Good has tattered apparel as well as RCV. So RCV's tattered apparel is shirts and pants, no problem. And then goods is the recon armor, and that's going to stay tattered for a bit because I don't really have a replacement yet. Alright, Kadath, you can sleep. Goods up, fully healed, thanks to the prayer. Nice. And if you haven't voted yet, feel free to do so. There's only, now there's just 1 minute left on it. Hey, Sloan, could you help to... Actually, you know what? I just realized we don't even have spare clothing. So, nope, don't do that. I'm gonna drive Kadath in the morning so that Kadath can finish the billiards table and then, like, work on clothing. Because we low-key fell behind the clothing bill. And we had a Polyxtree die last stream because it got burnt to death. So this is the replacement. Basically, high polluted maps have essentially a guaranteed chance to get like Pollux trees to spawn. Up to 3, but no more. Did they just collect? Yeah, they're downed. Okay, we'll rescue Kale. In a minute. Sakura. Let's rescue them. As if I don't have my hands full of other things. And then Good is heading up to the tree with her absolutely no ability to do plant cut work to replant the tree closer to the base so that it won't die off like it did. So if we take a look at the pollution overlay here, this Pollux tree is almost at maximum size, and either I'll have to dump pollution there to have it keep working or move the tree. Either works for me, I don't really care. But I'm having the trees closer to the base so that I can, like, take care of them, put the fires out, etc. Because it's, you know, it's really the only reasonable way for us to clear the pollution. Because it's not like we're gonna get, any apocrytons. So it's literally not possible for us to go that route. Alright, so the tree has been moved. Being moved to this pond. And you guys voted for Sun Tzu to be on ice. Got it. Alright, Kale is rescued. Let's force feed her. Because I think she mostly collapsed due to malnutrition. And RCV is now on his feet. Now RCV is... Oh, and naked. RCV is going to become one of the brawlers. For obvious reasons. So, we're going to need appropriate attire for that. Unfortunately, we only really have, like, crummy armor for the moment. And then the other thing we're going to need is the electro, smithy. Because I don't have a weapon worth using yet. So I'll need to make, like, a sword or something. A bioferrite sword actually might make sense. If we had enough bioferrite. We might not. But if he becomes a psicaster, a bioferrite sword will actually improve psicasting as a result, which has a bit of a benefit. The other thing... Oh, you're wearing a... Okay. Oh, mentor. Assigned student. RCV. To become Warlord. And then... Good. You'll spend more of your day meditating with RCV in tow. Done. So we're going to try to teach RCV to become a warlord so that they can be effective. Not fully as good, but like certainly useful. The other thing I think we're going to do is dump pollution here. Does RCV need a meditation spot? Actually, surprisingly, no. That is not actually functionally required for tutelage. It's only required once you're like a full-fledged psicaster. I can put it in now, but it isn't actually one of the requirements. Alright, wizard. We got some more shambles to burn. We're probably due for another large-scale shamble attack, too. Don't worry, I haven't... I mean, I'm aware, and I'm on top of it. So, the Northwest is still, like, horrible. Oh, Kale has decided to leave. That's fine. I'm not gonna force it. We can keep trying to tame them, I suppose. But I'm not gonna, like, arrest them or anything like that. Cheers. Do you have a certainty of 25? Curious how effective this conversion is. Oh, they went to sleep. Okay, so not effective. Well, closing doors make burning corpses faster. Only if the ambient temperature in the room is high enough for an ignition temperature, which is not super likely to be the case. So I'm not going to say no, because that would be not true, but also not yes either. Now, eventually we can close the doors and hit it with like a bioferrite rifle. Or a Hellcat rifle's flame burst or something like that. And that would hypothetically speed it up. But my answer to that is essentially, I'm really busy, and more micromanagement... Oh. There goes that inspiration. Yeah, that's my fault. Well, you can wear the legendary pants now. He's got hot pants. But yeah, I'm not trying to add additional levels of micromanagement to what I'm having to deal with. So the answer is, might be helpful, I'm not doing it. That's my answer for a lot of things. Might be helpful, I'm not doing it. If you haven't noticed already, me being busy is kind of the norm in this run, and there's only so much I want to even bother doing as a result. TLDR, I ain't got time for that. Alright, we're getting hit with low food warnings, which I don't think is true. We have a lot of rice growing. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Inquest of the Dead, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Inquisitors.